My name is God One Allah. But when I began, my name is Robin. I began my journey in 1967. Colleen gave me my lessons, and I had to write them out in the laundromat because we weren't allowed to have lessons back then. We were known then as the sons of God.
Thank you.
Now, as far as our listening, paying attention, Allah had went to Babylon because they came incapacitated faith because he had proper knowledge of himself. He understood the 33rd and the 3rd. The other 2/3 were the lie that had to be corrected. With that said, Malik came up to Hampton. This is where we began we had the doctors and cleansers. He was the first minister to give us the knowledge of self. This was Colleen. Colleen was then known as a doctor. The brother y'all know now as Wise. Back then his name was Bismillah. What I'm coming from here is 1967. Now I'm going to bring it up to 1969 when we came home. I was with Allah 2 days before he returned to the essence. Allah told me that you represent the pen. The pen don't represent you. You have to do you. And he took me into school. And Michael Green, the other Bismillah, that's the one that from 115th Street. That's where the other school was back in the day. Was writing everybody's name in the book. Allah got angry with him and tore the book up and said everybody can write their own name because you have to write your own what? History. You have to do you. This karma, when you spit in the wind, it blows back in your face. I went through the changes of the drugs and whatnot. The thing about it is that many times people, when they speak about Mickey Barnes or Mr. Frank Matthews or Mr. Frank Lucas, my mother was a barmaid. She tended bar to all of them. I've seen them or talked with them at one time or another. From the knowledge equality age up until wisdom. With that said, when you understand that we used to work, myself, $5 a day, son, $5 a day. Those crackers used to have us working $5 a day right here, cleaning these lots. When you see these, where the buildings are now, they were empty lots. They used to pay us $5 a day for 8 hours. This is what made us have to go to the drug trade. Because you said, shit, I can make that in 15 minutes. So what is the American dream? To do and make as much money as possible in as less time as possible. Now I'm going to school with you. Because what do you go to school for? To get an education. The more you learn, the more what? You learn, the more you earn. Now, with that said, once I discovered that education was my way out, this is when we started in God's knowledge. This is when I ran into Shamgar. Now, Shamgar and I grew up together over here on Chester Street, but between the years of knowledge and wisdom, you know, you develop, you go different places, and my mother always learned me to, if you lived in the house here, you always have a room, but go someplace else and learn how other people live, because this is the only way you're going to learn what? The difference. Difference is subtraction. If you take 3 from 6, you're going to have 3. That's understanding. This is mathematics. Mathematics is the what? Foundation of everything in life. You need that. It's like money. Tell me something that you can do without money. Very simple. Very, very simple. This is the thing about our skill. It's just that there are many times, and I've seen many gods come and go. Believe that. But I never, ever doubted myself. When I became what I became, the addict or whatever, this is the only to say, they used to run to my mother, your son is doing this, your son is doing that. I had two children before I even knew what it was all about. And then the other two children came. And so I couldn't even go around their mothers because what I was doing was illegal. And it would bring harm to them. So only until I got to be close to 30, 35 years old that I could really go to my children and say, well, this is the only way that I can see that y'all can have something. I'm God knowledge, y'all.
Young man.
You know, and the only thing about it, with this here, my earth told me, she said, look, and I'm going to be quite frank with you, we had drugs. My mother is a Johnson, Bumpy. We had drugs. Sugar Hill, here, all around. She went from the dope to the coke. But she told me, this is reefer. And the only way is like, for you to get rid of it, you have to get tired of it. Because you're going to do whatever you want to do. And this is what Allah is saying to us when He born you. He said, whatever it is that you do, you're going to be the one that's going to be subjected. You always do bad before you do good. But when you do good, you start doing bad, you got what? Consequences. And this is what brings us to what? The penal institution. Okay? Now, what I gathered out of the penal institution, this was the only time, this is the Build and Destroy years, that I got a chance to read the book, the Quran. So this is when I got with God unique in them. The book showed me that hell is not eternal. And what is hell? That's jail. That's jail. So that means that sooner or later you get out of it. But now heaven is wherever it is that you what? Are. Once you got the knowledge yourself. Give a man that amount of money. Give a woman what it is that her home, her children, her what? Freedom. Freedom is what? No fears. Be able to do what it is that you want to do without restriction. That's freedom. The understanding is just what comes natural. But how many of us get to that point where, okay, well, you know, when we had the Harriet Tubman School, how many of them guys that used to come up there, Jay-Z, Diana Ross, Tyra Banks, Johnny Singleton? This is, and I'm telling you something from what I've seen. I'm not telling you gossip. Okay? Now, when I was blessed I was working for what you might call the cigar and tobacco people, candy people. We threw a party in the plaza in 1976. In the plaza was the vice president at that time, Nelson A. Rockefeller. He called me and he says to me, he says, listen, the reason I called me because I had beef. You could smell it on me. All right? But I'm just, you know, I'm cut to the chase. He offered me a job. And from that year, I went with it. So when you say government, when you say the nation, the devil has a nation. The devil is a people. That's the reason why you have to remain righteous. But when you say nation, you know, a lot of things come in strange disguise. When you say whom, you say man or woman. When you say what, you say homosexual, lesbian. But your word is wrong. And you are the only one that's held responsible for what it is that you do. And I'm saying this to you so that you know that when I see you, Allah said when you get a parliament, that's only for you to see who your brother and sister is. Now, you might not see me for another week or two. You might not see me for another month. But now, when I see you, I don't want to have to say, well, damn, you know, that's not doing right in itself. And I'm not no handout either. I'm not no sucker. I steal you with my pill. I'm not the richest nigga in the world. And when I say this here, don't get me wrong. I've been a nigga all my life. And I come from a time, do the math, I'm 71, I'll be 72 in June. I come from a time when you said nigga, you was talking to your brother and your sister. Now you say nigga, you don't know who the hell you talking to. Peace.
Peace.